It's crazy. For those who need it, life's a double-edged sword. Ching, ching. I think it's supposed to be. I lost myself a long time ago. So I was a certain way, and then I allowed myself to be convinced that because of where I came from and all of the issues that I had growing up, that my perspective was incorrect or not correct for what was going on. And apparently, for most people who feel a certain way, who are more like natural, they run into the same thing where you're not vibrating where the world and society is to be successful. And then you have all of these family issues. And that's those are a couple of points like wrapped into one. So here I am as I let the world convince me, and I let myself be convinced because I have to take accountability and responsibility for it. I allow myself to be convinced that my way wasn't as valuable as another one. So I went against it. And I told him every time I went against it, the alarms in my brain rang off. It was like, well, you know where you come from is blah, 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 blah. You know you blah, 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 blah. And then I let myself be someone that I'm not for a good number of years, for a long time. Now, within that, you learn that what you're looking for in life, you may not have been prepared for. You may not have been trained for. So you do have to come out yourself and learn some different things if you want to be successful in a way that you've never been before. So for instance, say you want to be a successful basketball player, right? Not NBA level, just you want to just play ball. But you never train ball. You can't dribble, you know, your shooting is horrible and everything. You have and you have to stop doing it the way you're doing it, and you have to learn a new way. Let me learn how to dribble differently. Let me learn how to make a layup, a jump shot. You know, however, that's just something that you do. That's just skills that you're learning and growing. So it's good to learn new skills, and it's also good to see perspectives. But what happened was I took myself from knowing that those things inside me, and I let those things kind of just push them to the side. Doing that for a long enough time made me understand and realize that I was already good enough who I was, the way I was. I was already valuable who I was. I was not wrong. I might have been incorrect to do what I was trying to do, but I was probably trying to do incorrect things. You see, a fish is going to swim and a monkey's going to climb a tree. But when you throw that monkey in the water and expect them to swim like a fish, and you throw that fish over by the bark of the tree, expect them to climb, well, now you got an issue. So here, I'm not saying that the monkey shouldn't know different trees to climb and different ways to climb, or the fish learn different depths of swimming. What I'm saying is, if I'm a monkey, I'm not going to be a fish. And if I'm a fish, I'm not going to be a monkey. And that's where the thing is. So I learned to just be the fish that I was in the swim, or the monkey that I am in the climb. Yeah, man. So, you know, it's sort of like I do little things like that. And I got the sense of humor and whatever. I'm told I don't have a sense of humor because I don't like being laughed at. I don't like to laugh at myself, but I like to laugh at things. I don't like other people laughing at me or whatever. It doesn't matter what they say. You know, you say I don't have a sense of humor? Fine. I know who I am, and I know what I'm about, and I know what makes me laugh, and I know I like to laugh when I do, so I just do so. You know, it's not about me fitting in with this guy or these people. It's about me, if I need to fit in, finding the people that I fit in with, you know, or at least just being where I am, where I'm comfortable, and then the things that are around me will be the right things, not being somewhere else. But then there's the saying, if you're comfortable, then you're not making progress. Yes, in the world that was created, that's unnatural because it's not made to be comfortable. Paperwork is not natural. So if you feel uncomfortable doing paperwork, signing the names, printing this out, yeah, man, it ain't natural. So you're learning to do unnatural things, and that's why it's uncomfortable, you know? And then once you understand that, then you say, okay, I know how to be comfortable doing uncomfortable things because I'm trying to get to a point. Even though I know that once I get to this point is not the end all to be all. This point is where I am right now for the physical level, for society, for what's going on. And then I have a goal to accomplish it. But for me, for the whole overall, it's a little bit different. I know exactly where it is. And then I tell you, when it comes down to the natural way of all, for the whole overall, it's not something that you have to, I'm not going to say it's not something that you have to study, because you do have to study yourself, but it's natural. And you don't got to reach out for it. Realistically, all you got to do is just sit down for a few minutes, and then it'll speak to come to you. All you have to do is want it inside you. You don't need a course. You don't need a book. You know what I mean? You don't need to go and put your feet in the water. You know, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do that's going to help you. Why are there books? Why are there courses? Why are there people who like, come and put your feet in the water, come meditate? Because the world has been corrupted and it's been taking people away from what's natural. So that's why you have the books and the courses and all of all that stuff. Because when you're teaching your children, when the children are born, you're not like, okay, here, put them in this. You know, like my kids were born yellow. They needed the blue light. You know what I mean? They were a little bit too yellow. They needed some blue light. It's not like we're like, here, put them in the blue light. Put them in the yellow light. Put them in the orange light. Put them in the green light. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Kids are born, we cut off their umbilical cord, bring them out into the world. It's all cold and crazy. Boom, put the clothes on them. Do this, do that, do that. Before you know it, they're learning a language that's pretty much, that's a fraction of what their mind and creative power really is. So, you know, they're dumbing themselves down in a way. Don't do that. Don't jump over here. Be careful. Box, 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 box. Put you in a line. That's what we do to the kids. So then by the time they get to the place where they need this, they're looking for the next level, spiritual level, whatever knowledge you're trying to give them, what happens, it ends up being is that they're fighting through the corruption that was originally given to them. They're fighting through the limitations. We're unlimited potential. But what happens is when the kids come in, we limit them. So now you've been going through decades of limitations. So now when you want to really know what's up and you want to get to that next level of, you know, the all, then you got to get through all the limitations, which is very difficult, especially for the brain. The brain is limited. The left side of the brain process math, as unlimited math as we have the infinity sign. We're limited. We want to add these numbers. We want to divide this. We want to multiply this. We don't want to just think, there's so much infinite, I'm not even going to count. Nah, B, we're always counting. We're always tallying. We're always labeling. And we do it for a purpose, obviously. But if you really want the all, you can't label the all. You can't limit the all. You know, so I had to get out. I had to stop being myself, or I stopped being myself. And I had the luxury of knowing that not being myself is not the right way for me. It wasn't serving me because I wasn't happy. I learned a lot. But then I came back to being who I was and accepting myself for who I was. Because that was another thing. I was so much put on me that I really did not like me. And it was like, the difference between not liking things about yourself and not liking yourself is you can always change those things. But do you even know yourself? So, you know, I had to understand that, you know, the things that I really didn't like about me were things that I didn't like about me, aspects that were definitely changeable, you know, and that I enjoyed me, the I enjoyed the things inside me, and the society around me, the system I was brought into, did not understand that, did not nurture that, wasn't willing to nurture that. So I got hit with a low self-esteem thing, and fighting through that made me have to accept who I was and just look at it like, yo, do you enjoy this? Yes. So does it matter who does not enjoy it? Does it matter what rules say that you can't, blah, 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 blah? Then it had to be like, nah, because I love myself more than I love those people and more of those people's rules. You know, even if I love those people more than I love myself, I didn't love what you were saying. I don't love feeling bad. I don't love feeling limited, you know, so I had to get through that. So breaking through this is not me, you know, leaving me, then coming back to this is not me and it's not working, and coming back to the me is like, okay, I actually like this about me, that about me, and I'm on my path. And it allowed me to see the difference. Now, question, had I never left my, you know, authentic self to be something else, would I actually learn how to appreciate my authentic self? I don't know. So, you know, I can't tell people never be anyone but yourself, because maybe by being something else, you can learn to be yourself. But I know that it was coming back to being who my authentic self was that really gave me the happiness that I was looking for, gave me the security, if you want, you know, as far as being comfortable in a corrupt world and society, you know, and helped me get to the next level. You know, so that's where I wanted to say here, you know, you're going to have to make amends and be okay with what you're given. You know, I'm in human form. I'm 5'6". I'm not 6'1". I would love to be 6'1". I would love to be 5'9", but I'm not. So I got to deal with the height that I'm given. And hey, I don't want to be 4'9". You know, not saying that anybody who's 4'9" is not okay. I'm just saying I have that complex where I've always wanted to be taller. Just like I wanted my skin to be darker. But think about this. Why do I want these things? Why don't I just accept what's given to me and the fact that I can function through it? You look at my eyes. Do I want blue eyes? No. But I'm happy that I could see. If I had blue eyes, could I still see? You know what I mean? I should be happy that, forget about how long my legs are, I can walk on them. I can jump. I can run. So I should use those things and do that. And I can't run as fast as some, and I can run faster than others. This is not about that competition. It's about just running. So utilizing and loving. You know, my hair is gray here now. Let's love that gray hair until it falls out. You know, I've always loved my beautiful hair. It's thinning. It's balding back here. So what? Balls is gone. I remember having beautiful hair and a lovely time with my hair. You know, back when I was a kid, they used to say, oh, you don't have the good hair. And people used to talk about good hair. And that's something that, fortunately for me, I never brought into, because I always liked my hair, even though people said nappy and all of these other things, trying to push a negative tone on there. I caught negativity on height. I caught negativity on personality, on the way of speaking. I caught negativity on so many things. I didn't catch negativity on my hair. And I always loved my hair. And now that I might not have it anymore, I can always say I did have it and I enjoyed it. Now that I don't have it, what's the next lesson? Because I still have a head, right? I still have lips. I still have smiles. Look, my tooth has been chipped for the longest, but it's still a tooth. My teeth might fall out. I still got gums. I still got a mouth. So it's about appreciating what you have, because it's all gifts. And I just found out that time was a gift. You know, and I would not have, in this reality, I didn't realize all of that until I kind of just left myself, you know. And once I left myself to be something that I wasn't, in a sense, I didn't have anything anymore. So then when I came back, it was like, wow, look at all these gifts you got. Wow. There's always something to do. Only boring people get bored. And there's always something to do. Even if you're just jumping around, even if you're just doing push-ups, even if you're just sitting around thinking, there's always something to do. Let's breathe. For those who need it, rock on.